So we're down at chilly Springfield, Missouri. It was actually colder there than it was in Cedar Falls, which is probably a first, maybe ever, for that to happen. But overall, I was very proud of how both teams competed. The men ran first, but we finished seventh place as a team, and that's not where we want to be. But the way we had to deal with a lot of adversity this season, I was really proud of how the guys stepped up out there and put forth probably their best competitive effort weekend that we've had all season. And so I look back, it was only the second time this year that we had all that group of guys together at the same time. And so we just lacked some consistency this year. We had some injuries and some illnesses that kind of took us out of our rhythm of training. And just with anything you do, in athletics especially, consistency is key. And so the inability to be consistent in training and working together and those kind of things really just kind of set us back a little bit. CJ May was our top runner on the men's side. I mean, he hasn't run maybe more than 3 days in the last month. And so for him to get out there and finish 22nd overall for our team, running with a pretty banged up foot was pretty impressive. And so we're going to move forward with that with the guys, and we're going to get better. And the culture is good, is what you like to see to kind of build and move forward. And so we'll just kind of work on that and make sure we're a little better coaching wise too, making sure we're communicating more with those guys so those injuries don't come and we don't see them coming before it happens. And so that's kind of the key, what we need to do on our side to make sure our program is moving forward there. On the women's side, I could not be happier with how they performed. We came in with championship aspirations for sure. We were the defending conference champions and had a really good team. We had our best race by far all season long, and Bradley just happened to be a little better on Saturday. And so, but we did everything right. I talked a lot these press conferences about having our spread really tight. Our spread was only 11 seconds from our first to our fifth. We had all the girls under 18 minutes, which has never happened in program history at the conference championships. And you can't really ask more than to be at your best on the most important day, and we were. And so I'm really proud of what we did. And we had 3 girls earn honorable mention all-conference with Ashley Norm, Hannah Truniger, and Brett Corey. And we had 2 all-conference performers in Tiffany Christensen and Michaela Cole. And Michaela was a freshman of the year. Hannah was a freshman of the year last year, so 2 years in a row. We're showing some good progress with young athletes in our program. And so, Tiffany Christensen is someone too I like to point out, because a year ago she had been coming off a foot surgery, and she was told to only run 2 miles a week this week during last year. And so for her to be an all-conference performer 365 days later is a testament to her and the training staff we have, and the surgery that she had to get her back to where she's at is phenomenal. And so when you do those things, it's critical. And for our program to be where it's at now, 2 years ago we were 7th at the conference meet. Last year we were conference champions. This year we're runner-up. And so for those kids to see kind of where we're at now as a program and what we want to do, continue to be successful and be one of the top programs in the Missouri Valley Conference going forward, they definitely did that. And so, you look at the overall results, 10 out of the top 14 runners that finished in the meet were either from Bradley or UNI. And that's crazy to have just those 2 teams kind of dominate the meet like that. Was pretty fun to see, and we're looking forward. We get 2 weeks. We get to go back against the best teams in the Midwest. We have the Midwest Regional next weekend at Iowa State University, and so we're looking forward to get out there. Last year we had our best program finish in school history with a 10th place, and so our goal is to try to better that and finish higher in the rankings there. So any questions cross country?
Coach, back-to-back freshman of the year. Just kind of talk on the women's side, the energy that maybe the program has built and you continue to see, whether it be internally or even in the recruiting.
Yeah, it's big to have that success, and just the main thing is just the belief factor that now is in that group, in that event group, and with the program as a whole, is believing that they can be successful and we can have a championship caliber team. And so as any coach that's trying to build a program up, having your athletes believe in what you're doing, buying in the process, trusting the process, falling in love with the day-to-day operations of what you're doing, and that's what we have. And it's so fun for us as coaches to see that, because it makes our job so much easier, because you can only do so much to facilitate that as a coach, and a lot of that has to come from your student athletes. And so now they're in that position where they feed off each other and they hold each other accountable and they work hard together, and they know that when they're working together, they're getting better on a day-to-day basis. It's a lot of fun. And so the future is bright, and we look to get better every single day, every single year. So that's what our goal is going to be.
The tight split from the 1 to 5 runner, did that surprise you this past Saturday?
No, not too much. I was just glad we did it, on the day, and so that's kind of Bradley. We didn't do it as much, and so that was something we needed to work on, and we definitely did that. And so 11 seconds is, I mean, that's a tight spread, and we had the best spread of any team out there. Bradley's was 12 seconds, so it's not like they were that far behind us on the spread. But the more you can put those runners in tight together is phenomenal. I mean, all of our runners were 8th or 9th through 14th, and that's incredible. You told me we're going to do that on the day. We're going to be in the hunt for a conference championship every single time out. So really proud of those kids. All right, go Panthers.